Today we're going through the suit of wands in reverse. This is the suit of fire, drive, and action. So when these cards come up in reverse, it could mean something is blocking or stalling or misdirecting the energy in the reading. But it also depends on the cards. So let's jump right in. So with the Ace of Wands in reverse, if you want to know about the upright meanings, make sure you follow the Master the Minor Arcana series. It's on my channel here as well. So with the Ace of Wands in reverse, this could be about missed chances, lack of motivation, or just burnout in general. The potential for action is here, aces are all about that. But when it shows up in reverse, it could show hesitation or not feeling inspired. Think of having an idea, but not having the creativity to act on it. All right, Two of Wands in reverse could be about avoiding decisions, playing small, like playing it too safe. Like he's not even wanting to get out of the castle walls. Maybe all the options have been mapped out, but some unknown fear or lack of energy is stalling that action. Now, this is maybe being stuck in your comfort zone. As much as us introverts love comfort zones, sometimes we're not meant to just stay there. So this could also be analysis paralysis. All right. Three of Wands in reverse could be that plans, the actions you're actually taking aren't coming out the way you want them to. Maybe there's poor foresight or delays in the actions that you're taking or seeing any results from those actions. Sometimes it's also you needing or whoever needing to prioritize the actions that you take. Just don't abandon the goal. Just time to look at it from a different perspective. All right, for the Four of Wands is usually very stable, like fours are stable, sometimes too stable. So if this in its regular position would be about celebrations, and that this could be lack of the total opposite of that. It could be trouble in paradise. It could be maybe family drama around an event or a celebration. Maybe it's feeling disconnected from the people that you usually take action with. So that sense of belonging and celebration feels disrupted. Could be canceled plans, not feeling supported in the actions you're taking. All right, moving on to the Five of Wands. So upright, this card already is about conflict and competition. So in reverse, can it be worse? Well, sometimes, but actually, let's just unpack it a teeny bit here. It could be about avoidance of conflict, not wanting to get involved in something. Could be simmering tension. That's just kind of low key. The energy's a little not quite so fiery. Maybe instead of an open disagreement, there's some passive aggressive stuff going on or jealousy. And yet it could also mean that the struggle is over. There is no more conflict and competition. It really depends on the cards that are surrounding this and what the reading is about. So let's move on to the Six of Wands. So again, this is usually a card of celebrating and putting yourself out there, saying, hey, I did this thing and I'm proud of myself. So in reverse, it could be a little more ego-based, could be recognition has been denied or even a hollow victory. Maybe it's about craving too much approval or not getting credit where credit is due. Maybe it's imposter syndrome. Maybe it's winning on the outside, but not really feeling it on the inside. Again, that would depend on the cards around it. If there's lots of swords energy, then you know it's definitely thought-based. All right, I'm getting these piles mixed up here. So on to the Seven of Wands in reverse. It's feeling very defensive already in the upright position. So in this position, maybe it's that you there's more of a need to feel defensive, or maybe it's feeling defeated. You have gone up against all of those other wands and you actually don't win that round. Or maybe it's backing down from a challenge. So it could be, a blessing in disguise, because maybe the competition feels so relentless, when to quit, when enough's enough, or you're even questioning if it's worth the fight. All right, moving on to the Eight of Wands, which is usually about swiftness, but in reverse, it could be the opposite. Stagnant energy, scattered energy. You're not focused on one thing, therefore the energy isn't as efficient. Could be delays. That forward motion you were hoping to have has slowed down a little bit. It could be too many moving parts with not enough of a plan. All right, let's move on to the Nine of Wands in reverse. This could be definitely about burnout, battle worn, and now maybe you're isolating yourself or refusing to let anybody kind of help take the load off. Sometimes it's about carrying old wounds into the next situation. Paranoia, burnout, and refusal of getting help or letting help could be a big one with that. And now moving on to the 10 of Wands in reverse. This could be finally releasing the burden or refusing to let go of some actions that you've been taking. Could be about delegating. It could be about walking away. So it could have positive and negative connotations here. Something that was maybe too heavy, or you're too stubborn to, do anything about it or not do something about it. It's responsibilities or the actions that you have to take are maybe draining you. All right, now we're into the court cards. So again, this could be a person, a situation, something that has a little more hierarchy to it, if you will, from page all the way up to king. So Page of Wands in reverse could be about boredom, the opposite of feeling inspired. Could be restlessness, could be fear of failure if you do take an action. Maybe there's excitement there, a lot similar to the Ace of Wands, but the energy is very scattered or distracted or doubting that what you're going to do is worth the effort. And Knight of Wands is usually definitely someone taking action. So in reverse, this could be, again, the very opposite. Stagnant energy, not willing to take action. To me, this could be a very ego-driven card and message of arrogance, recklessness, hot-headed decisions. If there were some sword cards, if you had this with the Knight of Swords, I'd think that, whoo, hot-headed decision. Could be acting without thinking, especially if it came up with a sword. Chasing thrills, burning bridges, all in the pursuit of ego-driven actions and activity. And then we're into the Queen of Wands in reverse. Could be about insecurity, about jealousy, or playing small, not wanting to take responsibility. Maybe even doubt your power, or needing or wanting validation, or using your charms in a manipulative way. If there were cups involved, that would be something I would think about. But it can also be about burnout and overextending yourself. Follow your own rules, or maybe you shouldn't. All right. Speaking of rules, we have the King of Wands. He rules the suit of Wands. And in reverse, it could be very bossy, a tyrant type of energy, or it could be totally unmotivated, either over-controlling or driven by ego, or both, actually. Or maybe it's the opposite and you've lost your sense of purpose or leadership. It might even be a situation, whether at work or in your experiences in your family, the dynamics of leadership could be changing. But I think it's a wake-up call to lead with integrity, take action with integrity, and not be intimidated or be intimidating. Well, there you have it. That's the suit of Wands in reverse, where fire energy can be blocked, burned out, or misused. Let me know in the comments what your takeaways from this are, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.